I had it in road mode for the first part, and yes, it's quick. Then I put it in dynamic mode, and then it's fucking quick. So, I'm back here again at Dick Lovett Motorcycles for something I'm genuinely excited about. Today, I'm going to do a back-to-back review of two bikes, which is potentially the review that nobody asked for. I'm going to be reviewing these, and I cannot fucking wait. I've never ridden a scooter before, and I've never ridden anything electric before. So first we're going to take out the 02, and then we're going to take out the 04, and I just can't fucking wait. It's going to be mega. Let's see how we get on. So I've ridden about 3 miles, and it's remarkable. It's a remarkable little bike. I'll give a walk around in a minute, but I think the first thing actually is the regenerative braking works. My charge was going up even in that short distance, which was quite remarkable. I was showing 86% charge when I left with 27 miles, and I've now got 30 miles left, I think, which is quite remarkable. It seems like it would do probably 40 miles on a full charge. But the other thing that I find most remarkable about it, and I'll sit on it in a minute and I'll show you, is that I don't feel, for the size of it, I don't feel any more vulnerable than I might do on my Monster. So the fact that it's tiny, it doesn't feel like you're on a push bike. So let's have a look around. Now, this isn't going to be for everybody, but the way I would describe both of these bikes, actually, it's like what the 1980s imagined scooters would look like in the future. And from that point of view, they fucking nailed it. I think this is a cracking little bit of kit. I won't say that it's cheap, it's not. It's spec'd up, I think it's 8-9 grand, but it's a lovely little machine. And the power delivery was so smooth, it wasn't jerky at all. Even if I opened it up, it was just such a linear amount of power, which again surprised me. Let's have a look on it. So a lovely little simple dash. Let me switch the bike on. There we go, 29 miles. You can see how many blobs are there. Super clean and clear readout. It was a little bit sunny a minute ago, but still that is, it was still super visible. I think the design details are so clean. Power-wise, I believe it's about 3.5 seconds to 30. So, I mean, it's no slouch, but for around town, you simply wouldn't need any more. The funny thing was, I was quite tempted to put my foot on those back pegs because that felt more natural position than the front. I will say, if you were trying to fit 2 people on that, that's going to be cozy. I hope you know each other well. But yeah, what an amazing little bike. So, let's see what the seat height looks like. It's nice to have the detail of that single-sided swing arm. All in all, very impressed with this little bike. Let's get back to the dealership and jump on the other one. See how that compares. Back at the dealership now, and there is a couple of points I did want to say before I forget and get on the one that's just parked over there. This was more than happy at 40-50 mile an hour. I kept on quite small A roads. I didn't go on the motorway. I did get a chance to do some filtering at some lights, which obviously it's a tiny little bike. It made it quite easily. I didn't really go through the controls. I'll quickly show you now. It does have a reverse, which I didn't have the opportunity to use. I don't know how short your legs would have to be to warrant using the reverse, but it's got it. Visibility of the mirrors was fine. Braking is incredibly sharp. It's just strange sitting at a stop with no noise, but I guess that's something you get used to. But cracking bike. As you can see there, R for reverse, your lights, your menu controls, heated grips, and your starter. So before I get into the walk around on the 04, there's one thing I have to say. It is not quick for a scooter, it's just fucking quick. I believe Steve in the dealership said he believes this is, or it might have just been beaten by one of the M's, the fastest accelerating bike in BMW's lineup, with a 0 to 60 of under 3 seconds. It's a fucking quick bike. Anyway, let's have a walk around and I'll give you some more of my thoughts. So here you have it, the futuristic BMW CE04. And I love it. I love it that it's almost inexcusably ugly, but in an absolutely beautiful way. It's a big old bike, probably 30% bigger than the 02. Great that in here you have, just in that box there is space for all the cables to charge it. Very comfortable seat. It has got what you would more recognize as the more traditional BMW switchgear and display. And it's got the older key, but I'm guessing the new ones as they come out will be more similar to the 02, which is a newer model. But for anybody that's had a BMW before, that's a very familiar setup. So yeah, super easy to get on with straight away. What I did find was, although the seat is very comfortable, weirdly, I felt cramped. I felt that my arms were too close to me and the mirrors were all up in my grill, as they say. But I'm sure that's something you could get used to. Riding a scooter this big, it did make me want to go to a McDonald's car park and sit along with all the other people wearing rucker jackets and having top boxes waiting for a text message about a delivery. It was interesting having forward controls. I've had forward controls before on Harleys and the like, but never on a bike like this, obviously. But I just have to keep coming back to its speed. So the 02, I did a very, very short ride on it. I did maybe 3 miles. I had a bit of range and anxiety because it only showed 28 miles to start with and I didn't know how quickly it would go. But this one I had 100% range, 100% charge, sorry, with a full range, which was about 50, 60 miles. So I actually took it on the motorway. And apart from getting some weird looks from people on the motorway, this was more than comfortable at, let's call it 70 miles an hour in the middle lane. And then I came off the motorway and straight on some twisty stuff and it just flies. If you have a commute of 20 miles into a city every day, this has to be a consideration, particularly if you've got charging facilities at work. It's 12 grand. It isn't cheap, but it's shitting quick. It filters very well. It overtakes at a blink of an eye. And you sat on the motorway, as I said, I felt perfectly comfortable. I didn't feel intimidated by the other vehicles. Because it's quite long, it has a presence of its own. And it's relatively stable at all of those speeds. It didn't wobble, it didn't shake. The acceleration is smooth as you like. The regenerative charging wasn't as fast as the other one, but I'm guessing it's using power in a different way. But that power is, if you're gonna have a test ride of a bike, come to BMW, take this out, and then you'll know. But let's see what the seat height's like, because that is high. It's a lot higher than the bike, and as I keep saying this, I did say about the CE1600. This is probably, with both feet, as you'll see in a moment, as high as my GS. Some nice little design features on both of these bikes, with some of the aero, the single sliding swing arm, and who doesn't like that? Steel wheels, you know, are they the prettiest? No, but I'd rather clean those than the ones on my GS. Weather protection on this seems pretty good. I mean, obviously that little orange screen is doing next to nothing. Maybe at high speed deflecting some of that wind, but speechless really. Let's take it back to the dealership and sum up. Good day though, good day. So I've just got back to the dealership and I did this second scooter a little bit of a missed service. I had it in road mode for the first part, and yes, it's quick. Then I put it in dynamic mode and then it was fucking quick. I believe, like I said, sub 3 seconds, 2.5 to 60. That doesn't hang about. Now, so I've just got back from both rides on the 02 and the 04, and I've been joined by Steve Ridge, one of the salesmen here at Dick Lovett, the chap I bought my GS from actually, and a free tin of pop, which Dick Lovett is always good for if you're in Cribs and you don't want to spend any money. But I have said to Steve to come out, and if he was to sell me either of these bikes in 1 or 2 sentences, the 04 here and the 02 around the corner, how would you sell these bikes to me?
I think this one is a brilliant commuter bike. ULEZ compliant, so I think going in and out, if you're in the suburbs of Bristol, into Bristol and back out again, absolutely perfect. You'd probably get most of, if not an entire week, travelling out of full charge. So I think it's absolutely brilliant for that. Yeah, perfect.
And the O2?
O2 I think is slightly less range, but actually probably very similar, but I think it's brilliant if you are popping to the shops, picking up your takeaway, those sort of bits and bobs. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and both of them are excellent fun as well. I think they're actually really great bikes just to ride and enjoy.
No, perfect. And this one, just because I think I got it wrong, and the 0 to 60 on this time?
So this is around about 2.6 seconds, 0 to 60. This will do most cars and most motorcycles off the line quite easily. It surprises people time and time again whenever I've ridden this off the lights. People just think it's a scooter, and yeah, I see them in my rearview mirrors.
And the charge time on the O4?
So this is around about 4 hours fully charged. You can do it quicker off a quick charger, so you can get the quick charger on them. The O2 is a little bit less because it's a smaller battery, but just plugging it into the side of the wall. So we plugged it in this morning at about 40%, and it was about 40 minutes, 45 minutes to get to full. So yeah, it is. They actually quick, like, again with commuting into work, leave it on charge during the day, leave it on charge overnight, you know it's going to be full, nice and easy, and it'll, yeah, like I said, 80-90 mile range.
Super, thank you. So I'll pop a image of your business card here in the video so people can contact you should they wish to buy one of these or any other of the bikes that you sell here. But thank you very much for your time.
No problem at all, thank you.
Now, my summary out of the two bikes. If you're rich and you need a paddock bike, buy the 02. If you're not so rich but you want a good bike to commute through a city, the 04 has to be the bike you go for. Crazy, crazy good.